Hello guys, you're welcome once again to today's video. So today is the second day of our DV lottery live check-in. Okay, so today is our second day of our live. So we are helping you guys to check your DV lottery results. So this is day 2 of our uh, yeah. So if you can, make sure you like and then you share this live to your friends. Okay, so make sure you like, share, and if you want me to check your results for you, what you have to do is to just leave your confirmation number. You leave um your confirmation number. Okay, you leave your surname or the family name, and then you leave your year of birth. Okay, so just leave these in the comment section, and I'll be able to use this information to check it for you. And also, if today is your first time coming across my video, you're welcome. And please do all to subscribe, like this video, and share this information to your friends and family. So today we will also looking at after you are after winning the DV lottery, what you are supposed to get, the documents that you need to get in place. Okay, so make sure you stay with us as we walk you through this DV lottery stuff. All right, so let me use this opportunity to advertise my services. So if you are looking for standard CVs and cover letter for your job application, you can check the tag for that in this video, or you can check the description of this video. Yes, and then you'll be able to get these services for cover letters and for resume for your job application. And also, if you're going to apply for visa and you need someone to help you with your cover letters, to help you, to guide you through the documents that you need to put in place for you to be successful in your application, you can also book for that service. Okay, so this is what I do here. So as we will be checking the results live, we will be also looking at the documents needed that you need when you are going to um, fill the DS2 system. Okay, so after winning the DV lottery, the next thing is to fill the DS2 system, and I will be giving you all the information, all the things that you need to put in place to fill the DS2 system form. So this is what we will be discussing today. So if you join, what you have to do is just leave your information, your confirmation number, and then leave your um, surname or the family name and your year of birth, and I will do justice to it. All right. So this is what we do here. We provide you with information, we provide you with opportunities that you can use to relocate to the country of your choice. So if you come, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so that um, there won't be any issue. You'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. Now, whilst we are waiting for you to share your information for us to check it for you, let me look at this, how to resolve invalid confirmation number. Let's say you try to check if you have experienced this before. This is what we were experiencing yesterday, because most of people who sent their confirmation number didn't send the correct date and the letter. So ah, no, hey, stop. All right, so this is what we were facing yesterday. So this is how to fix it. To fix it, if you are facing the same problem with your confirmation number. Now, there are certain words and numbers. Example, they look confusing. 0, 0, O, 1, and I. Now, these numbers are very confusing. Okay, so if you are writing your confirmation number, make sure you look at the numbers well. Because the zeros, some of you wrote O, and O, some of you wrote 0. So if you are typing your confirmation number, make sure if it is 0, you type 0, and if it is O, you type O, and if it is 1, make sure you are typing 1, not I. So this is one thing that you need to know. And then also, another thing that will cause this invalid confirmation number is leaving spaces in between the number you type. Okay. Okay. So let's say when you are typing your confirmation number, there shouldn't be any space. There shouldn't be any space. So in case you leave a space there, you'll be facing this problem. The next thing that we'll talk about is how to recover confirmation number. Okay. How are you going to recover your confirmation number? If, let's say, you have misplaced your confirmation number, how are you going to recover it? It is very easy to cover your confirmation number, and I'm going to show you how you'll be able to do it. So if you join, and if you want me to check it for you, kindly just leave your confirmation number and year of birth, and then your surname, or you can send it through the number on the screen. You can WhatsApp me with your confirmation number through the number on the screen, and I'll be able to check it for you live. Okay. So how do you recover? This is what I've been receiving. Lots of people are asking, I have misplaced my confirmation number. I can't find my confirmation number. So this is how you can retrieve your confirmation number. This is very easy. Now, what you have to do is that just go to any browser of your choice and type dvprogram.state.gov. Type this dvprogram.state.gov, and then you just send it. Okay. So you need to wait for it to open for you, depending on the type of network and then the speed of your network. Now, so after typing, you get access to it. So I think there is a network problem here. So dvprogram.state.gov. Yeah. Now, when it opens, you will see that enter entrance information number, and then that is the option number 1. That is the confirmation number. Now, in the space below, type the confirmation number that was given when you applied. Okay. Now you have forgotten your confirmation number. So what you have to do is that you tap on forgot confirmation number. So you see under where they have written the SSS, you see forget confirmation number. So what you have to do is to tap on the forget confirmation number. Okay, so after tapping on, you see verify entrant. Okay, now to retrieve a confirmation number, the primary entrant information must be verified. So they need to verify your information before they can send you your confirmation number. So you see, we are in the fiscal year 2026, and this is the results that we are checking. So if you scroll down, you see name. Now they have provided the instruction on how to fill these details in order to retrieve your confirmation number. So the first one, you have your last name and your family. You have last name slash the family name. So here you need to enter your family name. Okay, so the family name is your main name. We in Africa, I think we have our English name and then the Christian names. Okay, so you need to enter your family name. Then you move on to your first name. That is your English name or your Christian name. You enter it there. Then if you don't have any middle name, you check on the box, no middle name. Okay. You check the box, no middle name. And then you continue. You see date of birth. Now in US, they write it month, day, and then the year. So the first one is the month. So you need to provide the month, okay, the year, and then the month, the day, and the year. So let's say 1986. That is the month. Month is let's say October. So 1010. Day, let's say 25th, and then the year maybe 1986. Then you write the year there. Then under the email, what you have to do is to provide your email address that you use to register for the DV lottery. Okay, so you need to provide the email address that you used for the DV lottery in order to recover your confirmation number. Now, so you need to enter your email address there. Then after that, you need to enter the authentication code that they will give it to you. You need to make sure you type it as it is. And when done, you hit on submit to submit your information, and they will send your confirmation number to the email address you provided. So this is how, and this is the easiest way that you can check your confirmation number. It is not very difficult. Okay, so if your confirmation number has lost or you have misplaced your confirmation number, it's not that difficult to get it back. So just follow this instruction or just follow this procedure that I have just shared and complete it, and they'll send your confirmation number to your email address straightforward. Okay, all right. And also, if you are using Chrome browser to check your results, if you're using Chrome browser and you're facing a problem, when you get to the family size where you're supposed to enter uh, uh, your surname or the family name, you see that it will be faded. Now, when you get that option on your browser, just turn the browser to incognito mode. Okay, use incognito mode and everything will sort out for you. Simple. So as of now, what you're doing is that you're doing the check-in. You're doing the check-in. So I'm waiting for you to bring your confirmation numbers here and your um, family name and your surname, and I'll do justice to it. All right. Now let me move on. For those who just want the TV lottery, first of all, I'll say congratulations, and you have one foot in United States and one is in your home country. So the other one, you need to make sure you follow some certain procedure in order to get the other one. So as we are going on, if someone send his confirmation number, I'll try and check for the person. But once nobody has sent so far, what you have to do is to just go through the documents needed to complete the DS260. Okay, yes. So document needed to complete the DS260 for the DV lottery. So one thing that you need to know is that after winning or after being selected as a winner of a DV lottery, the next thing that you need to do is to complete the DS260 form. And with this DS260, this is the online application form that you are going to fill, and you will need some certain information to fill this form. And this is what we are going to discuss in this video. So I'll take them one after the other, and we'll go through and I'll share with you other information that you need to know about this form. So basically, you need your passports. Okay, so passport information for you and your family members. So let's say during your application you stated that you are married and you have children. You stated all these, their names and staff information there. So once you have been selected and you're going to fill the DS260 form, you need to provide the information about you yourself and your family. So at this stage, you will need your passport. You will need your passport. Initially, when you did the application, there is an opportunity for you to register without having a passport. But if you are lucky and you have been selected, this time you will need a passport to complete the DS264 because they will ask for your passport number and certain information. So one key thing, the first thing that you need is your passport. Okay. All right. So the first thing is your passport. Now, after your passport, you need to get your birth certificates for you and your family members. So you need to go in for your birth certificates. Okay, that is the second document that you need. Your birth certificate, you, the winner, and your family members. You need to go in for your birth certificate. It's another document. And then your educational history, okay, your educational history. So if you're going by that route, you need your educational history from the secondary level upwards. You need to gather all the educational certificates there. Then you also need your work history. Okay. So if you have any work experience, yes, you need to gather all your work experience, your work histories, documents showing your experience. You need to make sure you get all the documents there. So those who just joined, if you have joined and you have not yet checked your result and you want me to check it for you, you can leave your confirmation number and your family name and the year of birth in the comment section, and I'll check it for you right now. But for now, what we are doing is that we are looking at the documents needed for the DS260, because those who just been selected are going to fill this form. So we are on your work history. The next thing that we talk about is your address history, and you need to provide your address history. Now, we'll be taking them one after the other, and I'll be giving you some information about this form. So, an address in USA of a friend or a family member, that is where your green card will be sent to. So, in my previous video, if you have been following me, I did a video on why you need a host. Why you need a host? Because you need the address of your host. The purpose of it is that the host address is where your green card will be sent to. Okay, so make sure you get someone who can give you his or her address for you to receive your green card when you get to United States. So these are the documents that you need currently if you have been selected. You need this urgently in order to um, fill the DS260 form. Yeah, hello. Yes. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I see your message. So I see your message. Uh, okay, so that is it. So let's continue with the document. So I'll go over with the document needed for the DS260 if you are being selected. First, you need your passports, you and your family member. If you stated that you are married with children, then that is what. Then you need your birth certificates. That is for you and your family. If you included your family when filling the form, your educational history, you need to go for it. And then you need to go for your work history, you need to go for it. And then your address history, okay, so where you currently stay. And then you an address in the USA. So either being a friend or a family member, that is the host address. Okay, so you need an address from somebody who is already in US. The person should be legally living in the USA. So the purpose of it is that the host address is where your green card is going to be sent to. Okay, your green card will be mailed to your host address. So make sure you are sending them the correct information. Now, after getting all this information, what's next? Now, you need your case number, which would be the format of now. This is how it is. Before you can also complete the DS2, when you are being selected, you will be given a unique number. So this is a unique number that will be given what you call as the case number. Okay. So you have your case number where um, you are going to use it to fill the form. And with the case number depends on the year. Let's say we're in 2026. So those who have been selected, you see the year will come first, okay? Like 2026. And then let's say if you're in Africa, you see something like AF, and the numbers will keep on going, okay? So that is it. That is the confirmation number. So you have it. Those selected, they have already gotten their case number. Sorry, the case number, not the confirmation number. Okay. Now let's move on to the others. Let me show you. Now, when filling the DS260 form, they will ask you about your personal information. Now, they ask you about your personal information. If you have any question, you can leave it. And if I haven't checked your result and want me to check it, you can also leave your information there and I'll check it for you. Now, your personal information. Now, the personal information has been divided into two. So we are tackling the first one. Now, this is where you will enter your name, okay? Your name information. Now, it is a useful page to capture your name in English, but also in native alphabet. So it's going to be in the normal English alphabet that where you are going to write your name. Your name, okay. Now, the name entered on this page should be as listed on your passport. Now, when you are filling the DST60 form and you get to the personal information where you are going, when they ask of your name, now make sure you have your passport with you whilst you are filling the form. Have your passport alongside with you whilst you are filling the form because your name should be exactly as it has been stated on your passport. Your name have to be stated as it is on your passport. So take note of that. All right. So, but also use the other name use section to make sure you have covered combination that appear in your document. So let's say with your education, you or some documents, you have additional name, which is not on your passport. Now they have other option for you to what? Use the alien section, okay, to include that name. So there will be an area that they will provide if you have any other name on your document. They will ask you, and then you need to provide that name there. Okay. Now, use the alien section if you enter your name differently on the DV entry. Now, when you were, let's say, filling the form, when you were registering or when you were applying, yes, you used a different name. Okay. Now, this time, there is a name that you are going to use, which is on your document now. Now, if you get to the alias, yes, use the alias. No, so alias also known as, okay? So use that section to enter that name, the name which was not captured during your application. So that is it. Entering your other name use here means the USCIS have earlier noticed to perform name check on your various names use and therefore you can make sure your background check is comprehensive. So that is it. If you get there, it is well explained and if you follow, you understand it very well. Now, complete the other details such as, now, that is the first personal information. They will ask you of your name when that is sorted out. So if, let's say, all your documents, you have the same name there, and when you are applying for the DV you use the same name. There's no need for you to go through all these things I just read. Okay. So the next thing that you're going to ask of your date of birth. Now, complete the details such as your date of birth. If you somehow made a mistake on the DV, that is the entry, okay, about your date of birth. For example, during conversion from the different calendar, this is your opportunity to correct that mistake. So when you were registering, let's say there was a mistake you made about your date of birth, this is the time that you can write the correct one, okay? Now, please pay attention to that. This will normally agree with the date of birth on your birth certificate. So make sure your date of birth that you are going to place on the DS260 form tallies or is in line with the date of birth on your birth certificate. But if that is not known, then use the date shown on your passport. So if, let's say, the date of birth on your certificate, you don't know, And then you made a mistake when you were applying. Go with the date of birth on your birth certificate. Okay. So let's move on. So the next thing they will ask you about your city, state, and country of birth. City, state, and country of birth. Now let's go on. So let's say on your entry, where you entered the lottery, you will have entered something for your city of birth. Okay. So where were you born? You stated there where you born. Okay. And then your region and then the country. Okay, so let's say if you are in Ghana, let's say I was born in Kumasi, and that is the city, and then the state or the state, which is the region, is the Ashanti region, and then the country will be what? Ghana. So that is how it should be. So these are some of the things that they will ask you. The earlier stages, this information are very key that you need to take it very seriously when you are filling the form. Okay. Now, your passport should be valid for 6 months beyond the point of entry. So, you should have a valid passport. But if your passport would expire during the DV lottery process, you might be better submitting now with the current passport and updating later once you have the replacement passport. Okay, so let's say you have a passport, but it is getting to expire. So they're saying that you can do it now. Okay, yes, you can do it and then you request for replacement. All right. So my brother, let me check yours for you. So I'm going to check our brother's results, and when we are done, we will get back and continue with this. Okay, so quickly, let me do for our brother. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, I think this is your information, and let me do it right now for you. So, yeah, the confirmation number to be 2026. We have 7 1 2026 7 1, and we have capital D. We have 6. We have SX, capital SX. We have capital L. We have H. We have capital 1, capital N. We have W, and we have X. So the next one is, yes. Sorry, guys. What is it? Tadi asam. Kone alisha nisuda hapa hadi what? Kono kwa hivi ma. Kone alisha hivi ma. Okay, so let me enter your family name. So the family name is, yeah, TES TES E uh TES E E MA. Okay, so TESEMA, and we have the year as 1992. Yes, very hard. Fako. Koda ko na Elisha ko mwata. Fa ko Elisha no shema. So let me type here. Okay, yeah, T E E R K and then W. Okay, bro, I'm checking right now for you. It says there is an error. So this is what I was talking about when I started. Okay, let me go over. You have here to be 20267 D6 D6. We have SXLH1NWS. So this is the information, bro. This is what you stated, but it says that the information entered is not valid. So you are getting the information entered is not valid. So kindly check the information and send the correct one. Please kindly check and send the correct one for me to check for you. Yeah, bro. So I'm still waiting for your response. It says the information is not valid. So please kindly check the information and send it again. Just uh, check the family name, check the family name or your surname. Check it well. TESEMA. Then you have 1992. Yeah. May I know, please, have you tried to check and you got the same thing? Let me know if you have tried to check and they sent you the same thing. So if you have not, kindly check the confirmation numbers or the information that you sent very well, because this is what they sent. Yeah, they said the information provided is not valid. So make sure you send the correct information. Send the correct information. Okay, so let's continue with what we were discussing here. So we were talking about documents needed for the DS260 and some of the information or some of the questions that you'll be answering when filling the DS260. This is for those who have won or who has been selected for the DV lottery, that is 2026. Okay, so that is it. All right. So let's move on to the second information. That is the personal information. Let's move on to the second personal information. The other information that they will send or they'll ask you. Now, this page is about your travel document. That is your passport. When you talk of travel documents, that is what your passport. Now, you need to make sure you have a passport in front of you when you're completing this page. So, for accuracy and for you to avoid errors and petty mistake and avoidable mistakes, make sure you have your passport in front of you whilst you are filling this particular page. Now, note, if you do not have a passport at this time, you can complete the entry using another state's issued ID and then later unlock your form to add the passport details. So for here, I'll prefer make sure you arrange and get a passport. Okay, just get a passport and provide the right information there. Okay, all right. So you will need a passport prior to interview as well and any directive. Okay, so family members of yours. So make sure you get your passport. So let's say if you are lucky and you have been selected and you don't have passport, this is the best time to arrange and get passport quickly. Now let's move on to the next one. Yes, this politics. Okay, all right, bro. So you, the person who just sent the information, let me check for you. So after that, you continue with it. So let's provide the confirmation number 2026 2026, and you have 7, you have 8, and you have I. So the I should be capital. You have I, and we have S. We have um, yes. This is what we have 0. This is what 0. We have capital M, and we have A. We have 8. We have Y. We have capital L. We have capital Y and 2. So let's move on to the family name. Is MBU, MBU, Y, A, MBA, MBU, Y, A, MBA. Okay. So let's move on to the year of birth, 1994. And let me type the authentication code here, H80, H80R. Okay. So, bro, yeah, I'm checking it right now for you. What is it? This is the information that I'm getting. This one is also saying the information entered is not valid. Please, if you are sending the information, please, the confirmation, or take note of the letters well. The zeros and the O, the zeros and the O, it looks confusing. The zeros and the O's, 1 and the L, it looks very confusing. So make sure you type it well. So this time I have to try and I don't know. So let me make this one and see. Okay, 8SOMA8Y2. I don't know why. Okay, TK C5. Not getting you. I'm not getting it. Please, um, our confirmation number again. Please kindly check the confirmation number again. I'm getting invalid information. So kindly check the confirmation number and send the confirmation number again. I don't know. All these two that I've checked, we are having problem with the confirmation numbers. So make sure you check your confirmation number and send it again. All right. So let me try. And also, if you can send a screenshot through WhatsApp, yeah, you can do that, and I'll do it for you. If you can do that, I don't know why I'm not getting it. Let me try again. RDC, I'm trying yours again. So it's 2026. You have 20. Sorry. Capital I. So that particular number. So check that particular number. Is it I or one or L? Yes. So that's a capital I, and then we have capital S. And that number, is it O or zero? So let me change the number. M A uh, 8, capital Y, capital L, capital Y, and 2. Okay, so let me type the family name here. It is MB. Okay, so that is it. And the year of birth 19945. This is JU3. Okay, so I'm checking again, but I'm still getting the same thing. So RDC, I'm getting the same thing. Either the mistake is from the confirmation number. Please review the confirmation number, your last name or family name. Either the problem is from the confirmation number you provided or is from your family name. Please, they are looking for the family name, not your English name or the Christian name. They are looking for the family name or the surname. The family name is different from your of that, and send the family name. Yeah, so back again. I think it's raining here, so the network is not all that stable. It's raining. The network is not all that stable here. All right, so let me try. Let me try and um, and do it again. Because I don't know why it's not going through. If you have provided the information correctly, it should be coming. But I don't know why it's not coming. Yeah. Please, those who just send their information, kindly let me know. The problem is from either the confirmation number or from the family name. So check it. They're looking. All right. So whilst I'm waiting for the correct information, now let's proceed to the documents that you will need. So there should be something different here. Please kindly check and provide me with it. Yeah, it's not coming. Bro, I don't understand the language. Let's try with the name. Okay, all right. So let's use this as your family name. All right. So let me check it for you again. Let me put in 2 6 and we have 7. We have 7 2 2 0 2 6 7 8. That is capital I, and this one should be 0 M A A. Capital Y. All right, guys. So back again. It is raining here, so it is difficult. The network is not helping at all. The problem is coming from the confirmation number. Yeah, the problem is from your confirmation number. The problem is from your confirmation number. So those who just saying the problem is with your confirmation number. So kindly check your confirmation numbers. Make sure you are sending the right or the correct confirmation numbers. If not, there is no way that you will get the result. So make sure if you are sending, you send the correct confirmation number. I've tried several times to get it, but it is not going through. So we'll continue with what we were discussing. So if you want me to check for you, please kindly send the correct confirmation number. Okay, send the correct confirmation number. When you are typing, make sure you type the correct ones so that I will check it for you. Now let's move on to the personal information too. So with the personal information, I was talking about this is where you enter your name information. Okay. Now it is useful page to capture your name. That is in English, and I have already stated this part. All right. So complete the other details such as your date of birth, and you need to complete your date of birth. Okay. If you somehow made a mistake. So I think this stage I have already explained this stage here. Now, personal information too, and this is where I was talking about getting your travel documents, which is your passport. And I was saying, if you don't have your passport, it is the time for you to go get your passport. Now, here you are going to enter your present and then the previous address information. You are going to ask of your present and previous address information. You need to provide this information. Okay, so make sure you provide it accurately. Okay, so provide all the addresses that you have lived at since the age of 16. So from age of 16, provide all the information of the places that you have lived. If you stay at a holiday home for a month or two, that is not needed to be stated. So you don't need to state a place that you just stay for some few months. Yes, therefore. I don't yeah, okay. So let's continue. So make sure you provide the addresses correctly. Yeah. So let's move on. Let's move on to we are done with the address. The next thing is your mailing and permanent address information. Mailing and permanent address. This is information about where you expect to stay in the United States or the address of someone you can trust to receive your green card on your behalf. So this is where you are going to provide the address of a person in United States of America. So this is the person or the email address of the person is where your green card will be sent to. Okay. All right. So that is where you provide the mailing and then the permanent address in the United States. Now, family information, that is parents. Now, here, self-explanatory information. It's self-explanatory. There's no need to explain. You just go and fill the details of your parents. So that is all at that stage. Now, family information, spouse and previous spouse. Let's say you married and you divorce. Now, let's say you are married now. They are going to ask you about the information about them. Now, enter the details as appropriate to your case. Remember, the information should be correct on the day you enter 8. So if you plan to marry in the month, but when to submit your form today, then you are single today. So if you are not married, you are not married. If you are married, you are married. Take note of that. These are some of the simple mistakes some people just do, and they find themselves difficult to get the visa. Now, family information, that is your children, when you were stating or when you were applying, if you stated that you are married, now you need to make sure, very obviously, you will need to enter information about each child you have. Okay, make sure their information ties with birth certificate and then the passport. Now you have already given them the information when you were applying. So when you were applying and they stated that you are not married, you don't have children, and this time that you have been selected, you decide to bring that you are married or whatever, it is going to affect you. So make sure you always do the right thing. Now, present work or education or training information. So they'll ask you, so this is important as education or work experience are required of the DV lottery. So either you use education or let's say you have some work experience in some trade. Now you need to read very carefully and understand, okay? Yes, so this portion, if you are somebody who want to move through the education route, they'll ask you about your certificate information about it. And if you are moving through the trade, okay, then you need to provide your work experience. Now, previous work, so educational training and then information. You need to also complete this information. Now, additional work, let's say with the work experience that you provide, there are other work experience that you have, you need to provide that they are going to ask, and then security and then the background check. Now, medical and health information. Now, answer these carefully and truthfully. You are going to answer question about your security, okay, that is security background check, and then your medical history. Okay, now the second question about vaccination causes some debate. Okay, truthfully, it will not matter whether you choose yes or no. So let's say in a case where they ask you whether you have vaccinated against a special disease, this is not that is not going to affect you if you say yes or no. The right answer for 99% of people is what no. Most people say it's no. So because you do not have documentation to establish, even if you have do have record of vaccination. So if they ask for specific disease and you have been vaccinated against it, and you have document to prove, you can go for yes. But if you don't have, just go for no. Then another security background check. This is where we are going to check about your criminal. So these are the questions that you are going to answer. Answer these questions truthfully. So they will give you questions and you just answer the questions. So we have the security background checking. We have another security background checking. So plenty question under the security background checking. As mentioned earlier, they take immigration law valuation seriously. So make sure you are entering the correct information. Don't fake anything. Guys, don't fake anything. Make sure you are giving them the correct information. Don't try to fake anything there. Okay. Now you ask of your social security number. So now answer these three questions as shown below, unless you already have a social security number from previous period in the United States. So if you don't have the social security number, while you are outside of United States, definitely you don't have the social security number. So you need to make sure you answer the questions that they are going to ask you about the social security number. So the next thing is for you to submit. You have, after completing all the information that I just shared, the next thing is to submit your form. Okay. So you have completed your form. You do the same for each relative or family member. Let's say when you stated that you are married and you have parents or you have children, means that once you have been selected, you are going to move to United States with them. So the information that you just provided, you are going to fill the same thing for each of your dependents or your wife or your children. So this is basically the information that you need if you are being selected. So make sure you get all these documents in place and start filling the DS260 form. Now, thank you for joining today's live. Welcome. Thank you for joining today's live, and make sure you subscribe, you like it, and you turn on notification bell and share this information to your friends and family. See you again. Bye bye.